Years in public office, a speech to the nation as part of his swan song, with just days remaining in the highest office, affirming the idea of America as embracing respect for institutions that govern a free society.
I have upheld my duty to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition of power, to ensure we lead by the power of our example. I have no doubt that America is in a position to continue to succeed. That's why my farewell address tonight, I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. This is a dangerous that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. And the dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy.
He also pointed to what he called the same dangers in the concentration of technology, power and wealth, as he lamented the strains this could pose to the country's institutions and, by extension, its democracy.
As President Eisenhower spoke of the dangers of the military-industrial complex, he warned us then about, and I quote, the potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power, end of quote. 6 decades later, I'm equally concerned about the potential rise of a tech-industrial complex that could pose real dangers for our country as well. Americans are being buried under an avalanche of misinformation and disinformation, enabling the abuse of power. The free press is crumbling. Editors are disappearing. Social media is giving up on fact-checking. The truth is smothered by lies told for power and for profit. We must hold the social platforms accountable to protect our children, our families, and our very democracy from the abuse of power.
Biden warned that while artificial intelligence was the most consequential technology of our time, nothing offered more profound possibilities and risks for the economy, the country's security, and broader society.
Artificial intelligence even has the potential to help us answer my call to end cancer as we know it. But unless safeguards are in place, AI could spawn new threats to our rights, our way of life, to our privacy, how we work, and how we protect our nation. We must make sure AI is safe and trustworthy and good for all humankind. In the age of AI, it's more important than ever that the people must govern. And as the land of liberty, America, not China, must lead the world in the development of AI.
Biden will hand over power to Trump around midday local time Monday.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Whose unconventional approach is expected to usher in radical changes to how American government works domestically, while testing alliances and relationships abroad.
We need to amend the Constitution to make clear that no president is immune from crimes that he or she commits while in office. The president's power is not limited. It's not absolute, and it shouldn't be. And in a democracy, there's another danger to the concentration of power and wealth. It erodes a sense of unity and common purpose. It causes distrust and division. Participating in our democracy becomes exhausting and even disillusioning. And people don't feel like they have a fair shot. We have to stay engaged in the process.
As the 82-year-old exits the political stage, he tapped his fellow citizens to stand guard in protecting the idea of America. The Biden administration managed the recovery from COVID-19, passed historic legislation on infrastructure, manufacturing and climate change, and now hands over a strong economy to the incoming administration. But Biden proved unable to heal the divisions that now epitomize America's political landscape, controversially seeking re-election after vowing to be a transitional president, only to produce a halting presidential debate performance that reshaped the entire race, and the rest is history. And while his defeat of Trump in the 2020 election was billed as an effort to save the soul of America, just 4 years later, the Republican now has a second opportunity to put his stamp on the country's beating heart. Shervin Ricebees, SABC News, New York.